Good morning, everyone. My name is Karthik, and I have like overall 10 years of IT experience and 7+ years into Azure and ADF and Data Factory and all this stuff. So, with respect to skills, my expertise are with PySpark and SQL. And when it comes to tools, I've worked on Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Synapse, and also Fabric a little bit. So Power BI. So all these are like the technology stacks which I've worked on. So when it comes to like migrating databases from on-prem, so I've worked on Oracle DB and also SQL, MySQL database. So all these kinds of different databases. So this is with respect to myself and into teaching. It's been like around 3.5 years right now. So that's about myself. So guys, who are like new to, relatively new to Azure, can you just please raise your hands and whose first class it is? So if you can just raise your hand, it would be helpful so that I'll just get an understanding of how, yeah. So Sweta, Pratiksha, and Jagdish, you guys are completely new, right? So you don't know anything about like cloud, and may I know like what is your background?
Yeah, hi Karthik.
Yeah.
Actually, I am working in ETL testing,
Okay.
one of the MNC.
Okay. So you have a knowledge on how ETL works. So this is on-prem, right?
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So you are trying to migrate into cloud. So you have a fair bit of knowledge on ETL. So that is a good thing to know. And yeah.
Yeah, even
Uh,
I'm new to Azure. Like I worked on other clouds, but as part of data engineering, this is new to me.
Okay.
yeah, and also I have a SQL background, and Azure is new to me, but I know little bit about the pipelines,
Uh,
CI/CD pipelines, but not about the ADF thing.
okay. Okay, guys. So like relatively, if you are like very new, so I see like around 5 to 6 hands who are relatively new. So we will start from the basic itself. So let me just give me a few moments. I'll just share my screen. So guys, yeah, somewhere pinging up for the link. So I was just sharing them the link. So let us just come back. So yeah. So relatively, most of you guys are new, so we'll just start with the basics of Azure and what exactly is data and all those things. So guys, I just need an answer for you from you guys. So what exactly is data? So if any one of you can ping or answer, so what it is like, what do you think is data, and why do we need to organize these things? Like if anyone can just give a answer, or they can also ping it in the chat as well.
It's like a collective information.
Yes, that's correct. And yeah, Vijay was also hoping that the chat that is correct. So it is a collection of information. That's exactly the right thing. So just like how we organize, we see every day data comes in, and we just collect this data, and then we organize them, and then we use it for basically industries use it for the like analysis, and also getting insights from those analysis. So all these things are done using the data. So storing data, and also like processing data and consuming data, and also delivering data, and also like showcasing data. So all these things requires a complete like end-to-end process. So that is exactly called as your data science. So like in data science, the in data engineer, like the entire data engineering life cycle. So you will be able to you'll be able to uh, like consume data in multiple different formats. So for this, like you have to build a end-to-end pipeline. So this is called this end-to-end flow, like how the analysis happens, and how the insights you derive out of it, and also how to report those things, and in a visual dashboard. So all these kinds of like end-to-end flow happens in a entire data science project. So in a complete data science project, like around 70 to 80% of the job is done in the data engineering thing itself. So data engineering is nothing but where you like extract the data, transform the data, and load the data so that the different downstream applications can consume it. So, you get variety of data from different various different sources. So it can be various different fields as well. So, for example, you have the transport field, you have the oil and natural gas field, you have the telecom field. So all these kinds of different fields are there. So wherein you get the data, and you store those data, and you consume that particular data, and you basically give that data, like use that data, and also build reports out of the data, so that you get visual insights, as well as you can make decisions, whereas stakeholders can make decisions, and they can develop the business accordingly. So this is the end goal, like why we exactly emphasize on data, and why we store data, so that it gives us the previous analysis, and also the future insights, what we can derive out of it. So all these put together, data plays an important role. So that is the reason, like we have seen a like boom in the data science industry in the past 5 years down the line. So it will be the same going forward as well. A lot of different startups are coming, and also they are also moving their infrastructure to the cloud, as they're getting more number of users. So this is what it's happening globally, and more of them are switching on to the cloud environments. So, like Azure is one of those particular cloud environments, apart from Google's GCP, and also Amazon's AWS. So these are the three main contenders in the market, and also Azure holds like around 20 to 25% of the market share, like among these particular top three cloud players. So this is with respect to how the entire like data science project works like. So in that we'll be mainly focusing on the Azure cloud stuff. So we'll be doing the data engineering, like transformations and also extractions from different layers and transforming and loading it so that the downstream applications can consume the data. So all these things we'll be seeing in this particular course. So this is about the introduction. So we will like get on to the course directly. So first thing we'll be starting with is like the storage accounts within Azure. So just to give a brief, we have two kinds, we have two ways to store the data. One is like the on-premises and also one is the cloud. So the major difference between on-premise and cloud is that cloud you already have everything is provided by the cloud provider. So you do not have to manage the infrastructure and everything. So everything is taken care by the cloud service provider. Whereas on-prem is nothing but you buy licenses. So you buy like physical storages and like you buy physical like storage to capacity so that you just hold them and use them. So you just license them and store them in the server racks. So whereas in the cloud environment, everything is taken care by the cloud service provider. So you store your data in the cloud, and just like how your subscriptions and other things work, similarly, like you have an Azure subscription. So there, according to the usage of services, so you'll be billed monthly, and it is also part of the enterprise E5 Office 365 license. So there are like multiple licenses where you get the Azure subscription as well. So the organization will buy that particular thing, and then along with Azure, they'll get other services like Outlook and all these things combined with that one. So these are like multiple offers which you get on the enterprise level, and once you subscribe to Azure, so users will be created, and they can start building, and they can just start creating or building their database. So that is how it works. So let me just share my screen. So let me start with the storage account and how we store the data, and we'll see what exactly is the Azure account as well. So guys, in our everyday life, we'll be using the portal.azure.com. So once you like go to this website, it will ask you to sign in. So you can sign in with your Azure subscription. So basically, I have the subscription. Like you'll be having the free trial. So what I do in my classes is that I create one subscription, and inside that I create multiple users, like all you guys who are here. So the users I'll be creating them so that you can just access the resource and you can try performing or working on those particular resources. So those who already have the subscriptions, so they can the free trial and everything, they can start using them. If you do not have, at the end of the class or in the like in the comment section, like I'll just post on a community group, so you can just send out your names so that I'll just create an account for you guys. Okay, so that's how your user, you'll just have a username and password. Your default username, your password will be given. Once you sign in, you have to reset the password, and you can just use that username and password. So basically, you'll be having see like this different users will be there. So I'll just create your usernames, and you can just access using the username and password. Okay, so you can just log in and you can use this trial. So this is a free trial from another batch. So we still have credits on it. So it is valid till Jan 15th. So we'll practice. If you want to practice, like I'll just create accounts and we can practice on this particular thing account till Jan 15th. Okay, so once it is done, once the subscription ends, maybe one of you guys, if you still haven't created any account, we can just create one free trial account. I'll guide you through to how to create one so that others, even after the class, if you guys are willing to practice, you can just use that one and then try creating one and practice it. So we'll cover that one. So that being said, so this is how the portal would look like, and these are like you can search all your resources. So storage account is one of your resource. So like your Azure SQL database is like one of your resource, and your data factory is like one of your resource. So all these are like different resources which you'll be seeing, or different services which you'll be seeing inside the uh, le- uh, Azure portal. So you have like a number of services, like around 100 services are there. So you can either click on this three icon and you can see the most used ones over here, or you can also click on all resources. Like this will tell you the current resources which you have. So if you need all the resources, like you can just click on this home icon and also get few cloud resources over here, or you can basically search your resources and you can use it. So the first and foremost thing is like the storage accounts. So basically storage account is where you store the data. So just like how you store the data in your SQL database or in your local machines. So similarly, you store the data in the Azure cloud as well. So this is the storage place where you store the account, store it in the cloud storage. So you can create an account. So this is how you create a storage account. Uh, First and foremost is the subscription. Like I told you, like once you subscribe to an Azure subscription, you will have the subscription in place, and within the subscription, you can just create multiple resource groups. So resource groups mainly are used to hold related resources together. So, for example, you have different environments like the development environment, test environment, and production environment. So all these three will have three different resource groups, so that the billing will be separated, and also the cost would be optimized, and like you can see separate billing for how each and every environment is working on. Yes, Vivek, you have a doubt?
So there are only these three types of resource group, like test and dev and prod one, or is it like some, or are there more classification of resource groups?
They can have we can have different classifications as well, like one for the development, like one for the data engineering team separately,
Oh,
and
okay.
one for the data science team separately, and
Oh,
one for the reporting team separately. So
okay.
they'll be consuming different resources like that. You can yeah.
So one thing that I want to know, like I understand we are bifurcating them in prod and dev, and so why do we need so many different resource groups?
So that like you differentiate. See, like in development, you will have like little bit of data,
Yeah.
and like over a period of time, you will start developing. Like you will be using the developing resource group much lot, like in the initial phase of the project, or while building or while migrating to the cloud. So initially, like around 6 to 1 year, like you'll be majorly focusing on the development one. So your other environments like the production and everything, it would have been started. So in order to like differentiate the billing and also for the cost optimization and those things, you create resource groups.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
And yeah, so that once you create one resource group, like the identical resource, see the same storage account, the same for one environment, you will be using one storage account, like couple of storage accounts, and maybe a couple of more storage accounts, one data factory, and one data bricks. So all of these things you can just put it in one resource group, so that you can just identify and see like what is your overall development cost. You can finally bill it, and you can just produce it, right? So it would be much easier.
Karthik, one thing.
Yeah.
So suppose I'm trying to put an analogy in front of you so that you can say that yeah, your understanding is quite clear for this. That is it like a Git branch that someone is working on this branch and then someone is working on this branch, something like that. This resource group.
uh, Not exactly, but similar kinds of function. Like this is like mainly used to put like all the related information together.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that it'll be easier, and it'll just fall under, like I told you, right? All dev resources in one place, all like test resources in one place, and all production resources in one place. So in one particular resource group, you'll have all the different, like the same storage account, only the name of the storage account will change. So for example, I'm just creating one storage account. So for example, this is my development resource group. So I'll just create AD storage dev well 001. So dev should be in small again. So like this, so in the next environment, like once I create in the same, for example, I just create new resource group. So all the dev resources, like I'll just now create another data factory resource, and maybe I'll just put it on the same resource group. So I can just identify, and also it makes me easier for the billing as well, so that I can easily bill, and I can get the overall count and overall dev resource how it has taken, and for production how it has costed. So all these things I can basically derive. So first thing is like the subscription, and below that comes the resource group. So just like I mentioned, you can just create these different resource groups. So for example, I've just created this dev resource group. You can create a new resource from here as well, or you can go to resource group and also like create one resource group from there as well. So I have like few resource groups created, or you can also go ahead and create a resource group from here as well. So again, you just have to give the region and then the resource group name, and you can review and create it. So this is how the creation of resource group actually works like. And then once your resource group is created, we create the different accounts or like services under that resource group. So while building a resource group, you can just select the different resource groups over here, and you can you can differentiate, use it, and then create the service under that particular resource group. So right now we have just selected the storage account name, and this has to be unique across the storage. The other services, you can just have it common. It can be like default ones. So across different Azure subscription, but whereas storage account, it has to be unique. So it has to be unique across all existing storage account names in Azure. So it must be 3 to 24 characters long and can contain lower character letters and numbers. So this is how the naming convention you have to do, and it has to be unique across all the existing storage accounts. So names in the Azure. So this has to be unique. So once this is done, you select the region. So there are like certain regions like, yeah.
Question. In the naming convention for sorry, not the naming convention, the naming of resource group and the storage account name. I have a question on that one. Resource group should be unique within the subscription, right? Or within the resource, and but the storage account name should be unique across the entire Azure globally.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So
That
this
one, because
one, see, dev. So if you have an Azure subscription right now, so you can also have a resource group named as dev.
okay,
But
okay,
your storage account name cannot be the same. So you cannot have the same storage account name, that is AD storage dev 12001. So you cannot have this particular name. So this has to
yeah,
be unique.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So if it is available, it will not show you. If it is not available, it will show you red. So right now all these names are available. So it is actually giving us yeah, it is okay right now.
Karthik, one question.
Yeah.
So this resource group that you are creating new, so this is available for all the resources you are created under this account, or you can
Uh,
limit it to only few members.
yeah, we can do it. So I can manage this resources. So accordingly, I can give certain access. So for some like new developers, if I want, I can just fine tune and give like lesser privileges. So whereas for a senior developer and those things, like who are much into like moving and experienced in moving on those things, so I can just give them a contributor access. So I can just create different groups and also assign them and do it.
Okay.
So basically, I'll just create users. So whoever do not have the accounts, you can just start pinging. Maybe in the last half an hour, I'll just show you like how we can create the accounts, and then we will do that. Okay. So whoever do not have the Azure accounts, please do ping on the chat here. Uh, uh, just your names, and then I'll just create the accounts.
Karthik, one question. So here you are just trying to create a blob storage, right? So, but normally, for any pipeline or something, are you going to use the blob storage or the ADLS?
Yeah, like we have two options. Like we can either choose blob storage or ADLS. So blobs were initially used. So currently, the new ones, like we will be using ADLS itself. So here
So,
we can, if you see, we have Azure Blob Storage or ADLS. So we get both the options. But that is where I'll just come to that one. Yeah.
okay, so you will when to use blob, when to go for lake storage, you will explain cover that part, right?
Yes.
Means
Yes.
command and okay.
One more thing, Karthik. After we configure this, right, this storage account, every detail that we fill up, when does this become billable? Like just after creating it, or is it like we have to, get the
So
data?
it will be a monthly billing.
Mm-hmm.
So which will be happening, like it will be billed on the subscription date, like when you subscribe to the next subsequent month,
Mm-hmm.
or you can also choose a standard billing cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So which is like 8th to 8th of the next month. So it is something like that. So that is the standard billing period, or you can also choose a custom billing period, and all the resources like based upon the data which is stored, and the amount of resource services you use, and also the transformations inside those services. So all
Mm-hmm.
of these things will be costed, and yeah, you can yeah, based upon the data and the all these things, the billing will happen.
Okay. Thanks.
So next is the region. So like we have the default region. So region is like where you exactly store the data into, or like the place where you like store the data. So like the region where you stay, or like your customer base stays. So all these places that is where you basically choose your region. So there are like few recommended regions. So in the recommended regions, like you'll have all the four redundancy layers available. So I'll tell you like what are these redundancy layers as well. So, and then with respect to the performance tiers, we have like standard and also the premium one. So these are the two performance tiers which are used. So standard is recommended for most scenarios, and it is like general purpose V2. And whereas like premium is recommended for scenarios that require low latency. So premium, like your like storage, it will make use of your SSDs much, and whereas standard it will store them on the HDD. So it is like most used for general purpose scenarios. And here, if the latency is low, meaning that you will be getting the files or like you'll be able to access the files in few milliseconds. So comparatively, this will be a little more few milliseconds higher, like or 10, 15 milliseconds or microseconds higher, like than the premium tiers. So this will be a little bit, the latency will be a little higher, like it will be higher for the standard one, and here in the Premier it will be lower.
So Karthik, we understand this is for the free account, but in normal projects or in generally for the you execute. So where you use premium or you use normally?
The premiums only, or the premium tiers itself.
Okay, does it there will be cost difference, right?
Yeah,
Is it a big or
like that will be considerably little higher, but not that much higher.
okay? So normally, basically, for any ETL projects, in your experience, you have seen companies means enterprises are
Yeah,
using this premium ones, right?
yes.
Okay.
So right now we'll just use the standard one. Just we are using
Yeah.
the free trial. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And this, you said this region, right? So you have just selected a region, but this replication across multiple zones, it will be done by Azure automatically, or you have to.
Like this is default region which it is selected. We can select the
Mm,
region while creation itself. So suppose we belong to India, like there is one
mm.
only central India, and also like there are other regions. So other
No, no,
regions also you have like South India, West India, North India, and those kinds of things. So you can just choose them.
no, no. So you just selecting a region, right? Means this now set there is called availability zone, right? So you did for DR scenarios you replicate, right? So in this case, is there any option to select, or you just select the primary data center, just a DR setup, and all these replications will be done by the service automatically? For example,
So yeah, all the background will be done by the same thing. So if I choose locally redundant, only one copy would be selected. So
hmm,
if I just choose the other redundant storage accounts, so
hmm.
I'll be getting different options here.
So
So
normally when you go,
this will be taken care by the like system itself.
so whenever you do this setup, you generally select the redundancy, right? And
Yeah.
which one you generally go for the projects?
So for the projects, we usually go for the GRS itself. GRS with read access, and this is a new option which has been included, which is geo priority replication guaranteed for block storage within 15 minutes. So this is the right now, if you are building a new resource, you'll be selecting this option. So previously this wasn't there, like you had the make read access data available. So this was there. So you will choose like GRS with read access.
With read access.
Yeah,
Mm. So Karthik means whatever is being used in the projects, normal projects, please let us know, huh?
yeah.
So that we are aware.
So this is the one which is generally used. So what is the major differences? The LRS is like a local redundant storage. So basically, if you see, you might have these are like your primary data centers. So you just select your region. So if you choose LRS within one region in one specific data center, like for example, you say, take Central India. So in central India, if you like see, for example, you have like three data centers. So one data center is there in Delhi and one in like Bhopal and maybe one in Indore. So these are like three data centers which are there in central India. So if I choose local redundant storage, so three copies of data will be stored in one single particular location or one single data center. That is in Delhi, three copies of the data would be stored. And whereas if I choose geo-redundant storage, so next is like the zone redundant storage. So this particular in zone redundant storage, what happens is like three copies of the data is stored in three different locations within the same data center. So, for example, now we have selected Central India. So in Central India, if there is Delhi, so in LRS it will only store in Delhi three copies. So whereas in ZRS it will store three copies in Delhi, three copies in Bhopal, and three copies in Indore. So within the same region, it will copy three regions.
Three,
So
so basically three zones within the same region, and
yeah,
first one is okay.
like three data centers within the same zone. So central India is like your same zone, and in
Hmm.
central India, like you have like three or four data centers, for example, say. So it will like pick three data centers from that, and it will store three copies of your data in those three data centers.
Okay,
So if,
zone.
for example, like if you have like Delhi, like there's some kind of pollution and there is a complete standstill
Free.
and yeah,
Hmm,
freeze and
hmm.
you're not able to retrieve data from Delhi. So basically, what you can do is you can retrieve the data from the data center, like which is there in Bhopal or Indore.
Okay, same region, different data centers.
Yes, same region, different data centers. So that is your zone
Zone.
redundant storage. So here in geo redundant storage, what happens is it will be in different region altogether. So three copies will be there in primary region. So three will be stored in three data centers, just like ZRS. So three copies will be stored in Indore, Bhopal, and Delhi. And whereas in geo redundant, what happens is three extra copies is stored in another data center. So for example, Central India. So South India, there will be another three. For example, three in South India. For example, take Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. So
Hmm.
three another copies will be stored here. So
And
suppose like if there is
and
some,
which region it will go, we cannot select that. It will be automatically selected by Azure, right? Means it will be
yeah,
backend.
yeah. Like to which location Azure will only do it, but only the region, like the default secondary region, you can choose it. So you can choose the secondary region to like South India or West India as per your convenience.
But here it is not giving you that option, right? When you select it.
Once we create it, we can do it.
Okay. And the last one, geo zone redundant, right? So that is something looks like even better, right? It's independent of geology, means
No,
geography.
this is the same thing. Here in geo redundant, what happens is three copies are stored. So
Hmm.
three will be stored in Bangalore, Chennai, and also in Hyderabad. So in zone redundant, what happens is like only one copy will be three copies will be stored in one data center. So say instead of copying it in three different cities, it will copy to only one city. So it can be Hyderabad, it can be Bangalore, or it can be Chennai.
But it says geo zone redundant. That means it's not dependent on geography, and it's not dependent on the zone as well, right? So
It is actually dependent on like zone as well as geo as well. So that is the reason it's a combination of geo zone redundant.
okay, okay. And this also depends cost you adds to additional cost based on which what we select.
Yeah.
Or
So the highest would be GRS, followed
mm,
by that it will be GZRS and ZRS, and LRS would be the local, the most minimal cost because you're not where you can
mm,
replicate the data and you're sure that you can replicate the data. So
mm.
in those kinds of scenarios, you'll be using locally redundant. But for the enterprise and everything, like you'll be using geo-redundant storage
Redundant
itself.
storage. Okay. And in a standard project, you just do the setup once, right? After that, for all the layers, you use this setup storage setup, right? Or every time we need to create this. For
No,
example, let's say you just create a storage account, right? And
yeah,
then you don't need to do this. Means this storage account can be used for all your different layers. Like let's say you could call normally bronze layer, silver layer, everything can be under this same account, right? Storage account, right?
yeah, we can just create containers, or we can even create different storage accounts for them as well. So it depends on the architecture. So we can do it either way. Like we can create different containers within the same storage account, or we
Mm.
can just create different storage accounts and then like manage them under the resources. So all like depends on the architecture.
Normally, what is the best practice, Karthik?
So like different projects use different things. So like both are like normally used. So like it depends on the solution architect who
Okay.
like chooses it. So I've used both of them. So it is like not much difference. So
Okay.
you'll be getting used to that one.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so yeah, so before reviewing, I just wanted to show. So this is how it is done. Like these are the basic options, or like the basic settings which you need to fill. So next comes the advanced thing. So in here comes the main part. So how this particular storage account becomes blob storage or ADLS. So once you select this particular option which says enable hierarchical namespacing, this blob storage account becomes an Azure Data Lake storage account.
Okay. What
So
is
this,
hierarchical namespace basically?
yeah,
What is?
just explaining it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll
Sure,
tell
sure,
you.
sure.
So enable hierarchical namespacing is what it is. So you just once you click on this, this becomes a Azure Data Lake storage. If you do not select this particular option, this becomes a blob storage. So this is the main difference. So hierarchical namespacing is nothing but